Okay, I believe we are live. If you guys are seeing this, I'll be answering questions as well as I go along. But my main topic of discussion today is how to get started with sales with detail and what to avoid. So that was really the only recommendation I got on my post on how to get started with this. So yeah, let's get into it. So going with this, I'm assuming you guys are probably new to sales. So if you don't have any experience going door to door or anything like that, the best place to start, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, would probably be appointment setting. You can maybe find a closing role, but at the end of the day, nothing's really guaranteed. So they're a lot harder to find now because people really do prefer experience. There's a lot of people now out there who have like $1 million in sales. They've done well, they've done this, that, and then you're over here, you really don't have any of that. So usually a good place to start, I'd say, is appointment setting. If you are applying for a closing role, I read this somewhere, I can't remember, but not having sales experience is a good reason for someone not to hire you. So you want to counteract that with 99 other reasons why they should. So that should always be your mindset when going into that. Show them you're going to be awesome. Show them you're going to be great. And don't just show them, prove it as well. So once you get in there, do super well. So back to I said, you can, if finding a closing opportunity is not really working for you, I would say a good thing to do as well is appointment set. I kind of went over that, and I know people who make like $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 appointment setting every single month. So it's not a bad field. You can still make money. Obviously, that's for higher type stuff. If you appointment set for a while, you get some sales training, then you can probably start selling, making 20K months, even higher. Some people make a lot of money in this industry. So back to it. You're going to want to go into the group chats. I've posted them in this group chat. A big one I'd recommend is probably going to be something like high ticket closers, current opportunities. I know the admin there is JD Daly. That's an awesome group chat. They post a lot of valuable stuff there as well. And there's a good amount of opportunity as well. So you can find appointment setter jobs. Not too many people are really applying for them. So, there are people that are doing it, but a lot of people just go straight into closing thinking they don't need to get into appointment setting. And Juan, I just saw your comment. I'll get to that in just a moment. I'm just doing a thingy here, but back to where I was. When it comes to appointment setting, you just gotta show them that you're serious about it. Don't just give up in the first 5 tries of not getting a job. I'm telling you, appointment setting positions are a lot easier to get into than closing positions because you're just really qualifying people. So I would also recommend going on YouTube, watching as much stuff as you can with sales. Watch some podcasts and stuff. I'm going to be doing something every Saturday here. Good person watches Jeremy Miner. There's a lot of good people out there. And, really a good place is just being active in these Facebook group chats. Back to the group chat I just told you about. Every day there's valuable stuff being posted in there. These people are going live, all that stuff. You can be into Sales Revolution. That's a good group chat as well. Just join these different group chats. Watch the stuff when people go live. Try and make it. And you're going to get knowledge on it. And don't, if you're 100%, don't be afraid to put, time and resources into the place. I've spent personally a lot of money myself just these past couple months on sales training. And it's helped me get a lot better. So I'm going to touch on that in a second. I won't get too much into it because there's a warning I need to give you guys as well. But don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. If you're serious about this, then you're going to want to be the best you can. So I'd say find an appointment setting position. That's a really good thing to do. Take some calls. These calls, they're really not too long, like 15 minutes. You can make like $100 depending on the offers. Just do that. It's really not that hard. There's a couple other things. You want to get this stuff set up for the closer, but appointment setting is an awesome place. So you don't have to worry about all the emotional pressure you have to put on these people. You really, you're going to do some stuff, but it's really just setting the appointment up for the closer who's going to come in and do all the dirty work. So appointment setting, it's a really good start. You'll be making money. You'll be getting on the phone experience, which people will like, because you'll experience it this one point. Say you're going door to door, making your first cold call, about to call your first person. People get really nervous their first time. It happened for me. I've personally never met someone who wasn't nervous their first time about to call someone or, knock on a door. So once you have that nervousness kind of gone away from being on the phones with hundreds of different people appointment setting, then that's definitely going to be useful while you get into sales. As well as when it comes to appointment setting, you'll be able to kind of tell people, hey, this isn't going to work, because you're qualifying them to see if the closer will even be able to close them. So a lot of the times with appointment setting, you'll learn to kind of tell people no. And then a lot of times in sales, which people kind of look over, is the stuff you're selling isn't always meant for that person. So learning how to tell them no is a good thing as well. Even though it could make you money doing it, it's just not a good idea, which you'll see a lot of salespeople do. They'll get attached to sell. They'll try to sell it no matter what. But in reality, you got to be focusing if it's even a good idea to have that sell be made, if you can even help them in the first place. So appointment setting is a good place to kind of learn, hey, this isn't going to be good for you. It's a no. Obviously, there's more that goes into that, but that's definitely going to help you a lot while you go closing as well. So there's a lot of stuff you'll learn from appointment setting. I do recommend, while the time you are in appointment setting, doing a lot of sales training. When you're not in appointment setting, you're not at work or whatever you do during your day, say, and I'll touch on this in a second, you should always be trying to learn more. Buy some books, buy some training, go on YouTube, get yourself some stuff, watch podcasts, watch live streams. Always be learning. I got this from German Minor. Sales training isn't something you should have did. It's something you should be doing, and you should always be doing it. So always be learning. When you're not on these phone calls, be learning, and you're going to be good at sales. And they're going to see that. They're going to test you out with a couple of leads. You're going to perform really well, and boom, you'll start making some money. You'll go from 5K to 10K to 15 to 20. And you'll be one of the best salespeople in your industry as long as you keep growing. So think of your knowledge of sales similar to your income, okay? If you're not learning, your income stays the same. But if you learn more, your income goes up. So that's how I want you guys to look at that. Learning is like your income. The more you learn, the more it goes up. The better you get, the more money you make. So always be learning. That's really a good message I want to get to you guys while you're starting out, is to always be learning sales. So no matter what it is, you can go watch some of my TikToks, some of my stuff on YouTube. That's not enough, and it should never be enough. You should always be learning, because the more you learn, the better you get. But to kind of explain appointment setting, where to find these positions, I want you to go to the announcements tabs in this Facebook group chat, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see a post by me. And it's just going to be a huge list of Facebook group chats. And I tell this to people all the time, but you're going to copy and paste each one individually, and then you're going to go into the Facebook search bar, search it up, and then join the group, and do not forget, answer the questions in the group chat. Oh, that didn't make sense. Answer the questions that they want you to when getting into the group. Okay, just answer them. They're not going to accept you if you don't. They might DM you with a few questions on it if it's more secure. I've had that happen, but just answer the questions and you'll be good to go. So join as many of those as you can. A lot of them you'll get some free value and stuff. There's some I do need to warn you about, but I'll get to all the warnings and stuff, because that is part of today's discussion, is what to stay away from. So we'll be touching on that in a second. But my neck is killing me. Where is that? Join these group chats. Listen to the value they have. A lot of these people they'll just give you stuff. They'll tell you things, and you can learn a lot from them. I've learned stuff about sales just from people's tweets on Twitter that do funnel stuff. So just put yourself in the right places around the right people, and you'll continuously be learning. So that's a good place. If you go to these group chats, people post opportunities. There's even some opportunities in my Facebook group chat, not too many. It's kind of died down a little bit. I'm trying to be more active here. So There's some in the past. I have appointment setting roles. If you want to do that, you can DM me. I don't take everyone, but we'll see. So a lot of people have a lot of stuff with appointment setting. I'm pretty easy when it comes to people. As long as you're gonna show up to the meetings, all that stuff, you're gonna work hard. Then I'll get you in. I'll get you some leads to call. So appointment setting, that's a really good way that's looked over as well. Another thing people do kind of look over is cold calling. That will get you that fun experience and kind of break down that nervousness. The only problem is cold calling, if you're not doing it right, doesn't usually work. So you're probably going to want to watch some cold calling videos on YouTube. I'd say Mr. Meyer, he has some good stuff on cold calling. Check him out. But yeah, be careful there, because I've talked with businesses, I've cold called. And these people usually get like 3 calls a day from different marketing, lead gen, whatever companies trying to sell them on stuff. So they're used to hanging up the phone when people call. So you gotta grab their attention. You gotta be really different. So, but definitely don't look over it. Cold calling takes a lot of personal determination to make it happen. Because say you get hung up on, that can be really discouraging, and you're like, okay, I don't want to call anymore. But you just gotta, stick with it. So I'd say appointment setting is probably the best and more simpler route to go about this. I've done appointment setting before. You gotta qualify them and then just schedule them in. So definitely do appointment setting. I'd highly, highly recommend that. So moving forward with that, say for those of you who are in sales, you do have sales jobs, some advice I'd give to you when starting out, and you'll kind of see this. Don't be pushy on these sales calls. Don't, get on the phone, hey, my product is this, that, buy it. Because today I was on the phone with one of my prospects, and we, towards the end of it, we were having a conversation. He's like, the reason I think, I bought from you is because you're not like all the other salespeople that call me. Everyone's just like, my product does this, that. You actually listened to me, and you cared about my problems. So that's a big thing as well. Don't just shove your product down your throat. Talk with them. See if you can even help them in the first place, and really listen. If you learn just to listen to people and not just be annoying, then your sales easy will double. You just gotta listen, because usually when these people call them, they're like, hey, came to tell you about my product. They're like, oh, I don't need it, but you do need blah, 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 and they don't really listen to him, and people don't like it. So that's some advice I can give to you. Be good at listening when you get on these phone with people. They'll notice it, and it'll just help you a lot. Same with appointment setting. Don't just like question this, question. See the question, get their answer, listen to their answer, find out a bit more, and keep going. So don't just be this. It's not, it is, but it isn't. It shouldn't be a checkbox for you just to, do you have this amount of money? Okay. Are you determined? Okay. Are you this? Okay. Are you this? Ask them a few questions. Be like, hey, just so I can kind of see, what's the funding you have to, have the right type of training to make you successful with this business, or stuff like that. Just be like, a lot of people try and get into this, but not everyone has a dedication to really make it. Do you think you do? Or something like that. Don't just be like, are you this? Are you this? Because no one wants to talk to a person like that. Don't be like super energetic till you scare them, but have a little bit of life in you. Don't sound like you want to die every second, like, McDonald's employees. So that's me. No shade to McDonald's employees or any employees. They just sound like they want to die. But just be happy to be there. Don't be overly happy. Like, be like a Chick-fil-A employee. There you go. That's a good example. Just be nice, be happy to be there, and then just listen to them, help them out, and they'll appreciate it. They'll like the company already. The closer does the same, and then you're making more money as an appointment setter. So that's kind of how I would recommend you guys starting, is going to these different group chats every single day. Find as many appointment setting things as you can, and then reach out to them. And there's a couple of people that do like affiliate hiring, stuff like that. You can do stuff there as well. So talk to them, see if they can hook you up with anyone that does appointment setting. There's a couple people. Some people come reach out to me and Brad to build appointment setting teams, outbound stuff usually. So even if you want to do that, I can get you set up there. So if you're dedicated, you're willing to do some outbound appointment setting just for the heck of it. So that's, if you're going to be dedicated, appointment setting is a good place to start. Usually if you can show you perform well, they'll test you out with like a smaller ticket thing of closing, and then you show them you know what you're doing, they're going to get you that high ticket stuff. That's when the money's going to start going in. So just appointment set for a while, it moves up to closing eventually, but just be productive. Do appointment setting. Don't be scared. You want to make it, you have to do the stuff no one else wants you to make it. So that's where I'd honestly recommend starting for you guys. But now I'll go over my book, what to avoid in selling. So earlier I talked about investing into training for yourself, and I definitely think you should, but some people they manipulate that and sneeze. For example, I'm not afraid to call people out. Mike Barron is a prime example of that. He'll reach out to people, hey, I have this opportunity, you can make $20K a month doing this. And then they'll be like, okay, let's hop on the phone. You get on the phone and they're like, okay, let's make this happen. Before we get you in, just to make sure that you're, the best closer in the world, you're gonna make all this money, we want you to go through our training. But since, I worked with Grant Cardone, I did this, my training's super elite, so I don't want to give it away for free. So it costs $7,500 or $7,500 to get my training, and then you can do all the stuff you want from me. You can do this, you can do that. And if the dude just advertised his training normally, that would be fine, but he's, telling people, hey, you can get this job if you buy this training, and that's really not how it works. When it comes to people really putting closers there's interview processes, nothing's guaranteed. They guarantee stuff that isn't guaranteed. So there's some people, if you do buy into their training, they'll have like a program where you can meet some of their clients and stuff that are hiring closers that want to hire from him because they know their training is really good. That stuff is fine. But if they come to you telling you, hey, you're going to get this, this, and this because you pay me money, that's just bullcrap. If I'm going to be honest too, Mike Barron's training is 100% not worth is $7,500 you're putting into it. I'd honestly recommend, if you're going to put money into stuff, you would learn a lot more from putting $97 into IBC or something else like that. There's so many other things. I'll give you my personal recommendations on some stuff to go with and stuff not to go with, but that's personal. So, take it with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. I haven't, I've bought training, but I haven't bought all these people. Most of my stuff is from YouTube, but I'll touch on that in a second. But a lot of these people telling you, hey, do this, you can be the best closers, you just have to buy my training and I'll put you as a closer. It's all bull crap. So if people are asking you for money to start up with them, then it's just a no. Don't go with it. Hang up the phone. The second they say you just need to pay us like $500 and stuff, take the phone, just press the red button, just press it, because they're really just wasting your time. So stay away from stuff like that. People see new closers in the industry hungry to get this started, and they see that as an opportunity. Mike Barron stuff is more of a huge pyramid scheme. He's at the top, he has a couple people, and then they sell the program that they bought in. And the way you make money is by selling that program you just bought, and people that just bought have to sell it, and that just forms a big pyramid, obviously. So that's really what Mike Barron is kind of a pyramid scheme. So stay away from it. It's stupid. It's just unintelligent. So that's really what I gotta tell you guys. You just gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. He's preying on you guys. Same with Dylan Caudello. His stuff, it's a more expensive version of Mike Barron's stuff. And yeah, you shouldn't have to pay for opportunities like that. And I'll stand by that till the day I die. If they were selling just pure training, nothing to do with their opportunities, I would have no problem with it. Even if I don't think their training's good, I have no problem with it because, they're just selling their training, their knowledge. But they're putting behind, oh, you can sell 30K deals with me, all this stuff. I'll give you this. And it's just crap. I honestly think it's just a load of crap. So there's a couple people as well that say they need to do background checks and stuff like that. I really wouldn't trust them. A lot of them started popping up because in the IBC group chat, they said there's one company that does background checks. That's the only time you should give money. But that a lot of people have a lot of stuff. So just be careful. When people are asking for money, chances are it's not real. So stay away. Honestly recommend stay away, please. But yeah, back to it. Some other things to look out for. I don't know, I'd say that's really it. There's a lot of pyramid schemes out there I'd recommend staying away from. I know there's a certain group chat, high ticket closers. I think it's new opportunities. I know Dylan's an admin there. That's just a load of bull crap as well. Stay away from those people. That's the biggest warning I can give you guys. Anyone that wants you to pay for their opportunities, stay away from. And back to the training I was talking about. If someone says, hey, I'll train you and stuff, I don't have an opportunity, but I'll train you, you can take them more seriously because they're not, they're actually giving you training and stuff. Like, sure, Mike does training and stuff. Dylan, they're just selling it behind a ton of lies and stuff. And the only way I've seen those people make money is by selling what they bought. So there's that. So to kind of explain some good training, and this is a problem as well. So this is what really sold me into thinking these people are fake. Say you have like $10 million in sales, you've made a lot of money in this industry, they would still make you pay for his training, even though you have like the experience behind it. You don't really need it. They're like, oh, we need blah, blah, blah. So I think, for new people, maybe, but I think it's just bull crap, really. If you're having someone come close for you, making them pay for training is just stupid. These people you're paying for these leads and you're giving them to them. You should give them all the training in the world that you can so you're not losing money. Not, oh, if you can only afford this, you can get that. That's stupid. Anyone like that, they're not going to be a good leader. I'm sorry, but they're not. They're too money orientated in the wrong way, actually, because they'll be losing money from leads. But they don't really care about it. In my opinion, people that do that really don't care about you. They just want the bag, which are not the type of people you want to work for. But yeah, people who have sales training as part of their stuff, you don't have to pay for. That's awesome. If it's product training, less awesome. But if it's genuine sales training, awesome. So back to stuff. There's some people out there like, Dan Locke. He doesn't sell any promises on his dreams. He says he'll teach you. He teaches people stuff. If I'm going to be honest, I personally don't think he is the best closer. The dude's made a lot of money with it, but I think there's better ways to go about it. But he's done well in the marketing industry, that's for sure. So he's one of those people. Taylor Welsh's, Peyton Welsh's, traffic and funnel sales mentor, inbound closer, whatever you want to call it. That's the first thing I did. For $97, they do teach a pretty good amount of sales in there, and you get some role play calls where Peyton breaks them down, which definitely aren't bad. They have a lot of really good stuff on mindset, but the whole entire program, they're really trying to upsell you, so be careful for that. They don't really teach you how to get opportunities and stuff like that, which they say they briefly do, which they just teach you really, really poor LinkedIn and Facebook outreach that do not work at all. So that has good closing stuff. For $97, honestly, it's really not bad. I know I haven't done this one personally, so I can't say much. I know there's a mastermind host, but I think I don't want to talk too much about this because it could be wrong. But I've seen really good results with this one. I think it's JD Dowley's Undeniable Closer one. He teaches a lot about networking and stuff. So I think I've never been through it. I've talked with a few people who've done it and they really like it. So I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to piss anyone off. That one looks pretty good. I can't give you a price on that because I don't know, but that looks like something good. Jeremy Miner does his NEPQ training. I've seen crazy results come from that. I've been a part of that. I'm not gonna throw prices out with stuff like that, but he has really good training. I would recommend that 100%. But there's a lot of books out there as well, like Sells Human. I read Spin Selling. It's a bit outdated, but the concept's good. And just a lot of books in general. You can learn a lot of stuff. So always be learning. That's honestly a good motto you should go by. Always be learning how to do sales, all that type of stuff. But that's kind of a wrap for today. I don't have really too much to say. That's kind of how you should start, some things to look out for, some of my recommendations. But yeah, appointment setting is a good place to start. Reach out to people. Honestly, if you can do 5 outreaches a day, you'll be good. I'll tell this, you have to make yourself do this, okay? I can't really tell you to do this. You have to make yourself. If you can get on Facebook, join all these Facebook group chats, and apply to every single opportunity you see, you will eventually get an opportunity. That will just do something to your mind. You will get one. It just really comes down to how bad you want it. Say 2 months go by and you don't have one, you still gotta wake up every day just as hungry as you were day one. You can't get unmotivated. That's really how you'll find a good opportunity as well. But appointment setting is a good place to start. Don't be afraid to start there. But yeah, that's my recommendations. I'm probably gonna end it off right here. But if you guys have any questions, anything you want me to go over next Saturday, leave that in the comments here or DM me on Instagram, Messenger, whatever it is, and we'll go over it. Give me some ideas for that episode too. But yeah, thanks for listening this far in, guys. Hope you all have good days.